In this video, we're going to talk about a few studies that scientists have done on individuals that have multiple personality disorder and just what this implies about the nature of reality. I don't remember all of their names, but I'll start with this. For example, one of the individuals' names was Ashley, and she had two other alternate personalities. One would arise as Jessica, and one would arise as Susan. So they thought, I wonder what happens whenever Ashley dreams at night. What happens with the other alternate personalities? So they asked her when she woke up the next day, what did you dream about? And Ashley said, I had a dream. I was driving my car. My friend was in the passenger seat, and someone threw a rock at us. We swerved and hit a dog. Unfortunate. So then, throughout the day, when Susan arose in her being, remember, she has no idea who Ashley is. They asked her, what did you dream about last night? And she said, well, I was riding in the car with my friend. She was driving, and someone threw a rock at us, and we swerved and hit a dog. So the day goes along, and they ask Jessica when she arises in her being. And remember, Jessica doesn't know who Susan or Ashley is. What did you dream about last night? And Jessica says, I threw a rock at a car playing around, and it swerved and hit a dog. Which, that's crazy in itself, right? That is fascinating that that occurred. But it does imply, and it shows you how one mind, one awareness, can have a dream and experience it itself subjectively from each and every position, right? And that's what seems to be happening right now with awareness being the whole. Like how in a dream, awareness is everything, right? Everything that is in your dream, the tables, the chairs, the other people, it's all arising in the same one awareness and made of it. And you might think, if we're all the same one awareness, well, then how is it that I don't know what you're thinking? In another study they did, they took someone that had multiple personality disorder, and they had two alters, right? We'll just say it was Ashley and Jessica. Only Jessica, when she was in her being, she claimed she was blind, right? She said even with her eyes wide open, she couldn't see anything. The good news is you can't fake this because scientists could scan their brains. So they scanned Ashley's brain, and the visual cortex lit up, right? Because her eyes are open, it's processing perception. They did the same thing to Jessica, the one that was claiming she was blind. And with her eyes wide open, the visual cortex part of the brain did not activate, proving that disassociation can literally blind you from what's right in front of your face. So since I am disassociated from the whole and I'm localized as this, of course I can't hear or see what you're thinking or see what you're seeing. If that makes sense. Which this isn't to imply that we don't know what each other's thinking. What if we do and we're just overlooking it, right? Like how in a dream, in order to have the experience, we have to overlook everything that we know. For example, you have a dream that you're at a party, you're having a great time, and then the cops bust in, and it shocks you and it surprises you. How is that? You are the awareness that is the entire reality in which everything is arising, right? So you know everything about that dream, everything that's going to happen. You're the dream character, the drugs on the table, and the cops that just busted in. It's because in order to have this subjective experience, you have to localize yourself and disassociate yourself from everything else in the dream that you already know. Just like how Jessica disassociated herself from being someone that could see and could no longer see what was right in front of her face. Right? So that's what you're doing in the dream. Instead of experiencing it all at once, which would just be a chaos, I'm assuming, you have to localize yourself as one of the positions and experience it. Only in doing that, you give up that which you already know, which is that you are the awareness that everything is made out of, right? Your true nature. And when you recognize this in meditation, that you are awareness and it's the whole, it's no different than how when you are in a dream and you recognize, oh, I'm just dreaming, right? There's a great relief, right? There's this drop of fear because you know you are eternal and everything's okay. And you may not even wake up right away. You may still have the dream and be able to move the dream characters you want, but just with no fear or lack. That's what this is about. It's not that once you recognize, oh, I am awareness and that's the whole, I'm no longer aware of this individual body. No, you are just aware of what you are. And in that, you're no longer just identified with being this little piece, this little fragment, this little raindrop in the ocean. which causes this fear and lack to arise. When you deeply believe that you are just this body, that your awareness is in here looking out, separate from everything else, that causes fear and lack to arise in your being. You think, I need that in order to be whole. But what happens if you need that Ford F-150 and you finally get it, right? In that brief moment that you're happy, it's not the truck that gave it to you. It's that there was no longer objects. No longer did you need anything. You were just pure awareness, just whole, holy.
Spiritual tools